Peace, family. You cooling with the completest? Yes, yes. February 18th is my birthday, man. Chapter 31, and I'm excited, man, to actually chop it with y'all tonight, man, for real. Because honestly, we've gotten my B-Day weekend. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have Stevie playing the happy birthday, mantra for real. I love it, man. I feel good. I feel good. And what I've accomplished. I feel good in myself. I love myself and I love my people, my followers, man, my all my fellow completists. I definitely appreciate all y'all. It's been a great year, man. The year just started, so we gonna have plenty more to go, man. Plenty more. Let's get it. But but honestly, when we talking about, like I was just about to say, Ant-Man dropped this week. You know what I'm saying? My B-Day weekend. And and I'm not gonna go into a full review. I posted my review. It's on my Facebook, the Cooling with the Completest page, and on the group page. So if you want to, and it's on the website as well. So if you want to check that out, go check that out. Show some support, whether you agree or not. But I just want to kind of touch on some things, man. This show won't be long. I just want to touch on some things. And when it comes to this era of cinema and era of film, and really just this era of storytelling in general, I understand that when time progresses, and certain trades and arts, have to progress with it as well. I understand that. I agree. I feel like it should, but I do kind of feel like there is a sense of entitlement when it comes to a lot of people and a lot of film and stories. Yeah, there is bad storytelling. There are people that mess up plots, plot twists. Whatever you want to say. There are people that actually mess up the stories. It happens. But when there is a good story, you know what I'm saying? Like, you respect the writer, you respect the concept, you respect the overall gist of the, plot or whatever the case may be. Let's just say that, you respect it all. But when they come out with the film or the TV series or whatever they do to try to adapt the story, there is a magnifying glass that is put onto that film by people. And honestly, some things just isn't for everybody. You know what I mean? That's why, when you have a director for a film, you have to get a specific director, because not all directors are the same. Not all directors are fit for that story. Because let's be real, even though it's a new project, the director may be able to do something new, maybe do something new to him and risky for him, her. But does that fit the story, though? Does that fit, how it's supposed to be told in the cinematic form? You feel what I mean? It's different. Now, I get it. We, certain people have their standards, you know what I'm saying, or how they want something to look. And in the time that we're in, people want they shit to look amazing. I mean, people want it to look amazing, damn near real life. But that's my thing, though. I think that we kind of lost a lot of our imagination, man, as an audience. Not as the creators, but as an audience. I feel like our standards or anticipation, level be too high. Because at the end of the day, it's still a production that has to be edited, has to be structured, has to be paced out. There's a lot that comes with creating a visual production, man. And I kind of feel like we do go too hard sometimes. Like at the end of the day, why can't we just enjoy the film, y'all? Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, there is such thing as bad film writing and bad films, period. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't shit on the goddamn film. You know what I'm saying? If it sucks, it sucks. But the shit that doesn't suck, though, like the people, the type of shit that people will give their critique on and it'll be vague as hell. Like, they really don't have nothing bad to say. They just, may not have liked a certain part of the movie, or may not like the certain way a part of the movie was created. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll take that and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the overall, like that should be the judgment of the film, which it shouldn't be, or the TV series, and it shouldn't be. Like I said, some shit just isn't for everybody, and I wish that us as an era and a generation will just say that. Like prime example, I don't like fuck. I bash Batman. I bash Fast and the Furious. You know what I'm saying? I bash um what's the name of that show? Fucking the show with Ghost, man. Um Power. You know what I'm saying? I shit on all that shit. I shit on it. But at the end of the day, that is me trolling because I do like to troll. That is just part of my personality. But I be real when I be giving my judgments, though. You know, I am a comedic individual. I like to laugh. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it just those films just aren't for me. I love musicals. I don't like Frozen. I will give you the specific reasons on why I don't like Frozen. But at the end of the day, there are people that love it. Does that mean that their taste is bad? No, because everything is not for everybody. Sometimes the general consensus is a good thing. Sometimes the general consensus is a bad thing. We all know that just by looking at history. So, you know what I mean? But just I'm gonna have to show y'all my birthday presents, man. I got these yesterday, and I'm excited, bro. I posted it in my on my TikTok and my pages and stuff as well. But y'all heard me talk about this, you know what I'm saying, last year, man, when Wesley Snipes had announced that he was going to be writing a comic book. Now, this I haven't started reading it yet, but by looking at the cover, just looking at and by the synopsis that, you know what I'm saying, my man Wesley gave us, this looked like it's gonna be a good read. It looks Blade-ish, but we gonna see what it's hitting for. We gonna see what it's hitting for. People go and support my man Wesley Snipes, man. He has on his Facebook page, got the link and everything on there. The Exile, man, it's dope looking series. You know, I've been supporting a lot of the celebrities, you know what I'm saying, that's been fucking with their writing. You know, like Keanu Reeves, he did the Berserk comic book series last year. Um, I forgot her name, but she's the writer and funder for the Niobe run. You know, that's a dope black comic book. You know, if you want fantasy, some action, and some suspense, man, that's definitely a series to pick up. But yeah, get that Exile, man, written by Wesley Snipes. And I also had to get, man, I picked up a trade, Radiant Red. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that has been watching my show, you know that I'm a big fan of the whole Radiant Black series. And they have been writing spin-offs of the Radiant Black series, giving Radiant Red her own solo or one shot, giving Radiant Pink her own one shot, and giving all the other Radiants, they got a little trade too with the yellow one, and you know, it's a lot. But if you read Radiant Black, it's not far ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's not that far in the storyline, so you can still catch up. You know what I'm saying? And then be able to, you know, touch up on, you know, get caught up on, you know, the other spinoff series. And you know, Image Comics, they universe is getting big, man. So I had to cop the Rogue Sun. He's a part of the Radiant Black series as well. Like my brother has said, my man Spawn Prince, I said in the last episode, man, Radiant Black is basically their era for their era of the Invincibles. I mean of Invincible. Sorry, I didn't mean to say the Invincibles, but Invincible, this TV series. Their Black Radiant Black is this era's Invincible, and it has been great so far. And Rogue Sun is a part of that universe. You know what I mean? Very powerful. Main ability is fire based, but it's a decent story, man. Like the thing with comics today, especially in comic book companies that's outside of like Marvel and DC, is that they like to focus more on the hero or the protagonist's personal life. You know what I'm saying? Over their accolades or, you know, their rivalries and things like that. And that is something that you can definitely appreciate, because at the end of the day, that helps us relate. You know, that's one of the reasons why Spider-Man is still one of the best superheroes ever, because people, especially teenagers, kids in college, young adults, can relate to him. And the people like in the older generation, they grew up off Spider-Man, so you know they relate to him. They're gonna fuck with him forever. Then characters like Superman. Superman is an iconic character, but he has a personal life that, you know, that's relatable to a lot of people, especially the working class. You know what I mean? So when we talk about like Valiant, Image, Top Cow, you know, when they create their superhero stories, they add a lot of the personal into it, which makes it a lot to read. For real, it's way more dialogue in these comics than there were back in the day. To be honest, you know what I mean? It's a lot, except for like runs like Marvel's Thor and stuff like that, and Fantastic Four. Those had a lot of dialogue, but Image and those was my pools for my birthday, man. I had to. This is what I got for my birthday: Exiled by Wesley Snipes, Radiant Red, and Rogue Sun. Man, you know I'm the completest, man. So, hey, you got to fuck with the indies, man. You got to fuck with the indies. But but when we talking about stories, though, people really, and then you know we have. I've been saying this for the last year, man. Like when we talk about these comic adaptations, y'all, especially when they get put on film, you basically have to just assume that the shit is a different universe and that it's not going to be the same story. And when we talk about parallel universes, just like it was explained in No Way Home, you know, there can be a lot of similarities. You don't have to look exactly like your you know what I'm saying, like your parallel self. You know what I'm saying, in a different universe. Don't have to have the same name, but you are the same person in a sense. You know what I mean? And when we talk about these stories, you know, people just have to embrace the fact that these universes are being created to be similar to the comics that we've read. They're not meant to be made to mirror the shit. You know what I mean? So when we talk about when we talk about these things and people will be screaming, "Oh, nothing like the comics," blah 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 blah. I mean, for one, it's not supposed to be line for line like the comics. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to give like references to the stories that we've read, because mind you, these are movies. There's a limited time to get the story across, you know what I mean? So you want the shit to be paced out properly, because nowadays there ain't no guarantee that shit is gonna get a sequel. There's no guarantee. There wasn't no guarantee back in the day, so there really ain't no guarantee now. So if you gonna try to get a story out, sometimes it's gonna feel rushed. And that's something that I've kind of got over the last year, because it is what it is. You got to imagine how much detail and effort and time that it takes, you know, to do a screenplay, to write the screenplay, to try to write it and envision the actor that's going to be acting the part, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, portray that character is difficult. It's not something that's easy. Yes, there are classic and beautiful films, man, but there's almost something that you can. There are perfect films too, but there are some shits, you know what I'm saying, that you can definitely nitpick. Man, no, I am 30, brother. I'm 31 now, man. Listen, motherfuckers will say all type of shit. Like, remember when Turning Red came out? When Turning Red came out, everybody was into animations and shit when that came out. You know what I mean? Everybody had an opinion about that. So they definitely will talk about not liking Frozen. You know what I mean? I got shaded for liking Turning Red. You know what I mean? A lot of people thought that it was um it was telling children to be disrespectful to their parents. It was too influential in a way. Like, it was just weird. You know how motherfuckers is. But Either way, man, yeah. Like I feel like this era has an entitlement issue. You like you have to almost just accept the stories and the things for what they are. They're beautiful stories that were made for, like I said before on the show, there are target audiences for every story. So it might not be made for you. And I'm not saying this towards the average guy, the casual watcher. No, I'm saying this is a message towards it is partially towards the casual watcher, but it's more towards the people that critique. Because even if you aren't a professional critiquer, you know what I'm saying, there are people that kind of go off of the audience's response, which isn't a good thing, but it's a reality that we have to face. And then people like to do things like use Rotten Tomatoes as a way to, you know, gauge a film's how good a film is. That's goofy. I just feel like everything should be different, man. Everything should be different, because at the end of the day, you know, stories are subjective as well, man. And like I said, there are some shit that you can tell or you can see in the film that can make you be like, yeah, that shit was trash. You know what I'm saying? Because they did this or they did that, or the actors was trash or whatever the case may be. But when we talk about films, you know what I mean, that was put a lot of money into, like the budgets are high as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like they put a lot of money into the actors, a lot of money into the writing and into the production. Those are the films that we have to, you know, not be, because you just have to be more aware of what the hell you're saying and what you're watching. Because yeah, a lot of people be sounding crazy as hell, especially when they be giving these takes and it just be like, I mean, did you even watch the movie? Like, do you asking the question? You know what I'm saying? Like, they answered it in the movie, or they showed it in the movie, or whatever the case may be. Like, sometimes it just makes you wonder. But for my B day, y'all, I need y'all to do something, man. I want y'all to go to the comments, and I need y'all to share with me your favorite indie comic, man. Your favorite indie comic, whatever it is. Share it with me. Share and indie films too, because I actually was gonna try to go to some film festivals this year. Really, I want to go to the IFC and the Sundance Festival. But send me your best, you know what I'm saying, indie films and indie comics, man. I'm trying to expand my indie catalog. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all long, man. This is my birthday episode. It's all lit. It's my night. You know what I mean. So I'm gonna try to have fun and make the best of it. Try to read some of this stuff, man. Try to, it's a lot, man. There's a lot going on. But I know that I'm about to read some of this stuff, do some homework, go chill with my niggas, man. My son's birthday is both of my younger son's birthday is in a week and a half. Man, it's I just love this time of the year, man. It's always a good time for me. It's always a good time for me because I don't ask for much. I don't really do much. I like to just relax, man. I like to chill to myself or with my friends, my loved ones. And I don't like to be seen by the public eye. I don't really like to be hanging out with strangers. That's not my thing. And it's just, anybody that has birthdays, everybody likes to celebrate their stuff differently. I like to appreciate the fact that I'm alive. For young black men, especially in America, the life they tell you, especially my generation, my era, they told us a lot that like 50 to like 40 to 50% of black boys, don't make it to the age of 18, and if they do, they go to jail or some crazy shit. We used to hear all types of shit when we was younger, man. There's no, not saying that shit was real or that shit is accurate, but that is programming, and that's the things that we were told. And I'm just happy to be alive, bro. Happy to be alive. Happy to be here for my sons. and to just leave my stamp, my my ideals and philosophy on stories and movies and animation. I feel like will leave a stamp on this planet because that's art. It's art, and it deserves to be appreciated and analyzed with a scope, that isn't one-sided or narrow-minded. And that's how I feel. But love y'all, man. Thank you for cooling with the completest. Remember to love yourself, love your family. Don't stress about the shit you can't control. Man, please share, like, and subscribe, man, to the YouTube channel. And go to the Anchor FM and Spotify as well, man. Share me, man. Share me with the people. Anybody you know that's a fellow nerdist or blurred, man, for real. But either way, love y'all, man. Peace. Love yourself and love your family. Ashe.